Welcome back to a Cetera podcast. I'm your host, Victor Long, my co-host, Mark. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. Life is good. Life is blessed. We're in June now. Summer is blessing. Sun is beaming.
Yeah.
Water's hot. And we're hotter. Anyway, Mark, there's a couple things that I want to discuss with you, unless there's anything you want to bring to the forefront, because I don't want to take all of our time here.
No, yeah, you just said before we kind of cut this on. Yeah, I just think the rap game is now getting just getting a little dumb. I don't know. It's like it got from up here, and what I mean by up here is not really so much good, just hype around it, and then it just kind of turns around to not the same thing. It just, I don't know. Sometimes I just look at it as a joke sometimes now.
We're talking about Wagwan Delilah for y'all that don't know back home.
Yeah, it's just, and I don't know if it's the actual industry or if it's just Drake, but
both.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's I don't really expect too much anymore from anybody that's in the hip hop industry. I don't know. It's you get hit or I think you get a lot more misses than hits now, and it's just it just kind of sucks. But
it also depends who you're paying attention to, because mainstream wise, obviously the guys that have been around for a long time, it's more so it seems like they're overstaying their welcome in a sense.
Yeah.
And just releasing shit just to release shit instead of actually caring about the music they put out. Because there are still guys that don't make radio hits or aren't worried about all that shit, and they still make good music. They're making full projects and not doing any gimmicky internet bullshit.
I agree.
Or they're not trying to make a brief 15-second of a song good enough for TikTok and just riding off of that shit. Obviously that's a thing, but there are still people who newer names that are trying to make a name for themselves that are making quality projects.
Yeah.
But between J. Cole, that one hurt, man. That one hurt my soul. Because I was yo, this whole beef going on. Kendrick and Drake, I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on. That shit is weird. Y'all both seem terrible to me. This just ruined my vision of each of y'all, because one of y'all is potentially into kids. The other one legitimately confirmed beat his wife and wasn't seeing his kids. So I'm good. And then I'm J. Cole stood out of it. He's fine. And he came out fucking grippy. That shit. I don't know. Have you heard the song?
I actually haven't.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
Fuck the copyright. We're doing this right now. This song pissed me off.
I remember hearing it coming out, and I was just confused because I'm where did this song come from? It was just so random.
It was a feature.
Oh, okay, yeah.
With Cash Cobain. Are you a big Cash Cobain fan?
Nope.
It's okay.
That's like
I'm gonna try and find his verse for a sec. Excuse the silence. Okay, it's right at the start. You ready?
Yep.
Hold it up to the mic so everybody can hear it back home. She like my kick game, and when you mean you don't kick game, I put her front row to Nick game. Now she in my phone with a nickname. It's grippy. Grippy.
He's been spending too much time with Drake, bro. Yo, I'm not lying, bro. That literally sounds like Drake. That literally sounds like
that
him,
shit
bro.
Pissed me off, bro.
That sounds like Drake 1,000%.
35 plus years old with a wife and kids, bro.
Yeah.
Talking about grippy. There's so many better ways you could have said that.
Yeah.
I get what you're trying to do, but that wasn't the way to do it. And that, I thought it was in the middle of the song. That is 0-0 on Spotify. Music just starting. He comes out with that shit.
Hey, man. Just what happens when you spend too much time with Drake.
You got Drake coming out with Wagwan Delilah. Who thought that was a good idea? That's the shit they're talking about with that Mark Phillips skit was everybody just having a bunch of yes men around them.
Yeah.
Not telling them.
Yeah, that's good, bro. That's good.
Yeah, bro. So? You need somebody to fucking say something.
Bro, they just don't want to lose the check, bro. I don't care, bro. I'll still look you dead in your eye and be like, yo, you're trash now.
Yeah, bro, it's you gotta have people that actually give a fuck about you as a person in that room, bro. You can't just be all these industry friends.
Yeah, nah, bro. No way.
Same thing with J. Cole, bro. I get you trying to maybe appeal to a younger audience, but you don't got to do all that, bro.
Bro, he just said...
Even the younger audience was yo, that shit was trash.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know. I feel when he made the whole, what was it? The clap back to, what's his name?
Kendrick?
No. On KOD to
Lil
Pump. I just felt that was his whole idea of just saying bro, you're very immature and you don't know about any of this stuff, and I'm gonna talk to you because I think you need to hear this.
Yeah, I'm gonna like mentor you real quick.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you hear that, and then you go and hear that, you're just like, bro.
Yeah. And he just dropped the Might Delete Later project. He was spitting his ass off, like he was killing it, insane fucking bars. And then you come out with that shit, bro. It's like it sets you back.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a feature. So I mean,
unless it's on purpose, because he's doing this whole the fall off thing for his last album. Is that you trying to like purposely fall off? Like,
hey, I mean.
I don't. That's me as a J. Cole. Me like, please God, let that be it.
Right.
But like deep down, I know the
twist,
truth. Like,
twist,
yeah, like, that's not how you do that shit, man. And
I don't know, man.
Shit was trash.
Unless he really just did not care. You know, he was just like, bro. He said he asked me to be on this, John. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And I'll just say something. You know,
this would be a great time to say like, yeah, I had a ghostwriter for Grippy, like. But I know it was him. I know he wrote that shit.
Yeah, he said, bro, just give me like one day. I got you.
I will say, out of all his songs, very few misses. You know, you've been around for this long, you're going to have a miss.
Of course. You can't. Yeah.
I will say.
He also will say again.
There's another song that I've talked about for a long time that I said that shit pisses me off every time I hear it. And it's a J. Cole feature with Beyonce for We Like to Party.
I think I know what it is.
He starts. He's like, "La-di-da-di, we like to party." And it's like, bro, I don't like you right now.
Bro,
call me. I could have came off with a better start for that song.
I'm cracking up because this is probably gonna go a little bit of a tangent, but like I feel like he's done a lot recently where I feel like I can't just like ignore him. Have you seen like I've seen only parts. I didn't see the whole thing, but I've seen parts of the stream what Kai had with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
That jaw was kind of funny.
That was hilarious. That was great.
No, it was great. But the thing, I'm bringing up the one part where he was like,
he's having a sleepover with him and Drewski like this week. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't, but
you gotta watch that.
That jaw's so, bro. Just the clips I've been seeing with Kevin Hart, I don't know what it is. Like, I genuinely think this, like, without even trying, Kevin Hart is just funny. Like, way he just talks.
He's a funny actor more than anything.
Like, when he started bringing up the pictures of him, he's like, can you explain this picture? And he's the one where he's like, it's just like, yeah, man, you know, like, they was in my face. And they're just like, how would you have that? I'm just like, oh, I'm cool. I'm cool.
They had like a whole pose back.
Yeah. But anyway, what I was going to mention is when Kai was showing him, like, AMP's kind of like freestyle like thing that they had going on at one point, and when Agent went and he was just rapping, bro, that joke was hilarious because Agent was really upset. He's like, yo, like y'all said he liked my stuff, bro. Y'all really some a-holes for real. But when you heard him rap, yo, that joke was so bad. He was like, what did he say? Oh my God. He said something like Scooby-Doo. He said something too, bro. But it was just like to the point where I'm just like, yo, this is what we're kind of getting with some of these rappers. And it's just the idea of just not caring. But I mean, hey, what can you do, you know?
No, that shit was hilarious. I like they're the same person when you think about it, kind of like Kevin Hart and Kai Cenat. Like they just like really be on the same type of shit.
Yeah.
It's like a young version of each other, kind of.
I can see it for sure. Yeah.
And that was gonna be Drewski in that room too, between the three of them, bro.
Yeah.
Because even when he had a sleepover with Quavo, I think it was, and that shit was funny too.
Was it? No.
Was it Quavo?
It was Offset. I think it was Offset.
Okay. Offset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Offset brought
Cardi
like
B,
his whole PlayStation and everything.
Yeah,
like it was.
And they called Cardi B up.
Yeah.
It's like Miss Cardi.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, he's doing this thing. How did we get here?
I was just saying because of the freestyle that they did, because we're talking about obviously the rapping. Yeah, he was like Buddha bada beat. Kevin Hart was like, stop it. This man just say Buddha bada. Oh man,
he was coming at him because he like shot his shot.
Yeah,
took his shot at Tyler. And he got turned down.
We're just fans.
Yeah. That shit would have had me upset.
He was like, stop. This is a running me. Or anytime someone brings it up, he just runs out the room. He's like, bro, I can't anymore. Yeah. Oh, man.
But yeah, Grippy. I'm good off that. Wagwan Delilah. Haven't listened to that all the way through, but I heard pieces and I was like, that's not it either.
Literally just seeing Delilah, I was just like, no, I'm not.
I'm cool.
I can already know where this is going. And just the fact that like I saw like I didn't see it coming. That's not what I'm saying. But just the idea that I heard beforehand, he I saw that Drake took like all his disses off of his Instagram page or whatever, as far as like referring to like the Kendrick disses and all that stuff. He cleaned that joint off his page, and I was just like, okay. Like, that's just also another thing that just makes me think, like, bro, like, this is just, like, so weird because it's just, like, it almost seems like it was almost, like, a little, like, level to you, and then he just kind of, like, erased it almost as if, like, oh, like, might delete later. Like, that's kind of what it felt like, and he did that, and then now just seeing this, like, random song come out of nowhere, it's just, like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like,
it's just an L at this point, but
yeah.
you've seen Kendrick's having, like, a whole concert, too.
Yeah, in L.A.,
on
yeah.
Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
I saw that.
Yeah, so that's going to be a whole other thing. A part of me, I want to say it now because it's like Kendrick Lamar and Friends. I don't know. I feel like it's very, very unlikely. But if Drake pops out, I'm not taking any beef that like Drake ever does ever again serious.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like if he comes like, oh, this is my brother, man. It was all love always, man. This is one of the greatest, y'all.
Yeah.
Give some love to one of the greatest, pushing boundaries, impacting the game,
Bro.
being inspiration. Give me some love, man. And then Kendrick's like, yeah. It's all love always, man.
No, yeah. 100%, because that was the same idea of him and freaking Kanye.
Yeah, because they did that crazy-ass charity concert. And now him and Meek, they dropped Not Going Bad or whatever. They were Going Bad. They did that shit. Only person he didn't come back from was Pusha T. So, like...
Yeah, he never gonna come back from that.
So, maybe he might not pop out for Kendrick. But, like, I feel like there's a smidgen of a chance.
I mean, like, of course, we don't know, but yeah, I want to say no, but like you said, yeah.
But he called him like a straight up pedophile.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you can't.
I don't know how I come up to somebody next to somebody.
Did all that.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like there's like a 10, and I'm pushing it with that. Yeah. So it's like I don't know.
If he does, I'm not following any beef that this man does ever again. Never. I'm in anything this conflict, open outward conflict anymore. I'm only considering it to be marketing, even though it is to begin with, like it always has been.
Yeah.
But this felt, for the first time in a minute, besides Pusha T, that like this was a real beef, like that they didn't like each other.
100%, yeah. And I just feel like you said, like, just don't take it seriously, and like I would just legit not even like listen to this. I wouldn't do that. It just because it's just so stupid. Like, why would you constantly do this stuff? I'm literally just thinking every time something like that comes up, you're just like literally texting this person or on a phone call, like, "Yo, I'm gonna call your mom this. I'm gonna post a screenshot." And you're gonna be like, all right, cool. Yeah, that's cool.
But that would be happening.
Then I want you to reply back and say something about my son. And everybody's gonna be like, yo, you talking about son? You're like, yeah, it's gonna. That's how I'm gonna see it if that's what happens.
And that's basically if it ends up that way. Usually that's what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what'll happen after that. I'm just, if it happens, it happens. But also at the same time, it's like you're losing your respect when you do that. You gotta at least stand on your ground or something.
What kind of sucks too about that is like, again, when you have these big three, as far as like in our coming of age, as far as like growing up, because our generation, that's literally what they are. It just sucks because I feel like we're already losing them so early in our like in our generation, because usually you got people like our parents who like literally are probably like in their 40s maybe, you still got Will Smith, like he like he's still hanging, like he can still like perform and do his thing, so it's like
Bad Boys.
Yeah. And I just feel like when you got something like this happening with Drake and stuff like that, and like Kendrick or Gribbit and all that, I just feel like it sucks because we're like only in our mid-20s now, people like in this generation, and we're about to stop listening to them, and we haven't even gotten to like our 30s.
True. Yeah, because they've been around for a minute too when you think about it.
So it just sucks. But I mean, like, the only thing we could hope for is that the people under them, as far as like smaller artists, just really just shine and be able to like kind of take all that they did and just erase it and try to hope we forget about it.
It happens. I mean, it's the internet, like the internet, TikTok, virality, all that shit. Trying to stay relevant is a big part of it too. Yeah, it's just you got to avoid that mainstream part of it because it gets too commercial at that point, and a lot of it's like too formulated, too much of a formula, too calculated for it to be fun anymore or feel organic.
People just need that popularity nowadays. You
got to find the little guys that are still trying to find their way, and it's like still genuine at that point.
Yeah. People literally say that. They're like, yo, like this literally came from a certain place in my heart. Like I literally was thinking of this stuff, that stuff. Meanwhile, you got some of these artists that are just like, Yeah, I just woke up and I was like,
got a million writers behind them, reference
Yeah.
tracks, all this other shit. I sent y'all the thread on Twitter. It was like all the reference tracks that got leaked of Drake. It's like Lil Yachty did one for him. Obviously, Quentin Miller did way back then, and there's just like a whole bunch of other artists who like a lot of his biggest like most recent like hits were from reference tracks of just them singing it for him, and then he just put his little spin on it. So the whole writer thing is just.
I would never want to be in a room with Drake. I wouldn't want. I could be in a room with him. I just would not want to say anything around him because I feel like it's gonna be in his next song.
Yeah. Like, what'd you just say? Say that again.
Speak a little louder.
Yeah.
Speak a little louder, huh?
Because if the business is true.
Hey man, just come over here real quick. Let's just have a conversation. Don't worry about all the microphones.
Yeah, it's like all the cameras and microphones.
This is just for logistics. Say it again. Hold up. But yeah, no, that's why I'm like, I don't know, man, because if every time I say something, this bull's gonna spin something to me, and I'm gonna hear it in this track.
At least put my name in the reference.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just say, "Oh, Mark said this." I'll be like, "All right, cool." You know,
give me like 1% or something. I don't know. Give me
that would set me 1%. Yeah, that would definitely set me for sure. I'm fine with that.
But, yeah. Then you got fucking. You seen the whole thing with Kanye and his assistant or former assistant? I'm not gonna lie.
You saw the.
I'm gonna read it out for you guys.
Okay, yeah.
But
he sounds crazy. I mean, we already knew this, but it just sounds like it's not even a human being like who's writing these sounds. Like, if I was to get that in text, I'd be like, "Yo, like, are you okay? Are you having a stroke right now?"
But like, did it not sound like him though?
It does.
There was not a single like. Once I read what she claimed that he said, I was like, "Yeah, he said that."
Yeah,
like that's like that sounds absolutely like something he would say.
But you know what I thought of when I instantly heard this? I was just like, bro, how, like, I'm just thinking like, bro, I cannot just be his friend and just be like, yeah, bro, that's my boy. Like seeing that and being like, oh yeah, that's crazy because that's what my boy does. Like, no, bro,
that's
like,
Ye. That's just what Ye does. You know what I mean?
Like,
he's just a dog like that.
Like, no, bro,
that's Jesus, boy.
Bro, I'm immediately just calling him up, being like, bro, what?
You good?
Like,
yeah.
Like, what the heck did I just see? Like, there's no way I just heard that you did this.
No, I don't. Yeah, I can't rock with that. And then there's another thing too. Is like, have you seen who the assistant was?
I kind of not really like went into detail. Okay.
Not that he can't have not that you can't have an assistant that like is a beautiful woman or whatever it may be. This woman's like very clear, like Instagram model type of personality, like has like plastic surgery and all this other stuff. It's almost the same thing as like, oh, like the rich guy having like a hot maid kind of thing. It's like, bro, like what are we doing? Like, is she really your assistant? If she looks like that. I'm not saying that she can't do good work. It's like, I'm sure like she was qualified for the job. I'm saying from his point of view, like what was the true motivation of like him bringing her on? And it just leads me to like further confirming that when you see the comments he was making towards her. Like, was it really ever about the work she was doing, or is it just like having a pretty face around that you could be a creep towards? Not saying that she doesn't deserve a job because she's good looking. It is what it is. I'm just saying his intentions.
Yeah.
It just seems more of just like a distraction for him to be like a cornball about it. So if y'all that don't know what was done, I don't know how to say her name. Also, it looks exactly like his current wife. Which is just another weird part of it too. Like it's just like another Kim clone.
It's always been like that with him ever since they stopped. I mean,
it's Pisciata, something like that. It's Italian, I guess.
Pistachio.
Close enough. Claims sent her text that went something like this. I'm gonna bleep this at home. If y'all want to see what he really said, you know, leave it. I just can't have this being said that many times coming out of my mouth and it just being out there. In quotes, is my dick racist? It is. This fucking racist dick of mine. I'm going to beat this fucking racist dick for being fucking racist. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black asses and beat the shit out of my racist dick. Beating the shit out of this big black cock. What are we doing here, Kanye? End quote.
Yeah.
And it said, not just this, but Pisciata also claims he would masturbate during phone conversations with her and asked if he could hear or guess what he was doing. If she could hear or guess what he was doing. She claims he was fixated on the penis size of her boyfriend. That's not what you bring somebody on for. That's not okay. She doesn't deserve any of that. Of what happened to her. She was just trying to get a job, potentially have connections with Kanye and everything that comes with that. Succeed in life. That's it's a good connection to have because maybe she wants to have a music career or any type of other career, model for Yeezus or whatever it may be. And then you just turn around and do that to her. Like, it's not weird. But also, when I read those things, I'm like, that is absolutely something he would say. Like, if I were the judge and walked into the court, I'm like, don't even try a fraud on me right now. Like,
just,
bro, come on now.
Don't.
Which that face reminds me of something else, but we're gonna finish that here.
Is it the John with the singing?
No.
No. Okay.
It's nothing related to music.
Okay.
But yeah, bro, like, it's hard to like stand up for him every other day that something comes out.
I mean, at this point, you just don't.
When it's like certain things that he'll say that you can tell it's him not knowing how to like articulate himself properly. There are certain things that's like, all right, I know what he meant, but he said it the worst way possible.
We've talked about this
numerous times.
We talked about this.
There's no confusing this.
And it's just you right there trying to like figure out and try to understand what you wanted to say there.
Because I have to be careful of what I say because I don't want to seem like I agree with what he's doing.
No.
I just love late registrations.
No, it's not even that. What I was going to say is just like, we shouldn't have to do that with people. No, I shouldn't have to sit here. I'm done
defending him.
Yeah, no.
Like, there's no defending him anymore.
It just sucks when you have to do that because it's like, I should just be able to talk about this person without feeling like I have to jump around hoops to like.
Yeah.
I should just be like, okay, did this, that. No, it's like, I'm like, he wants to, but he's, and it's.
Because the internet too, like people watching this or like anybody who will react to this, they'll be like, see, I don't know if they do it on purpose or they just lack comprehension skills. But they'll just hear like one part of your sentence and just like form it to something that's way more fucked up than what you're trying to say. So it's just like, that's why I try so hard to be like, he's just, but in the same tone, breath, whatever, it's not me defending him, but at the same time, like, it's very, very clear at this point that he suffers from mental illness. And he said it before that he does himself when he's diagnosed bipolar and all these other things. And if he's not taking his medicine or whatever the fuck he needs to do, like, things like this are going to happen. I was frustrated before when obviously these things are known to be true and they would put him on TMZ or CNN or all these other places to have conversations with him to allow him to bug out and say the wild thing to get more clicks and views out of him when he's mentally sick. You wouldn't do that. Like, I mean, people do, but it would be more obvious and more fucked up and people would call you out for it if you saw somebody who had like a physical disability and you were trying to milk that shit for views. It's easier to hide that when it's when it's mental. And it's just be like, he looks fine. So he's just saying this shit because that's what he really feels.
Yeah.
Which is something that slightly bothers me. I'm not saying it justifies it, but the people giving him the platform know what they're doing, which is also fucked up.
Yeah. They prepare for it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's more so like they're just putting him in, it's like, yeah, say something crazy, bro. Do it. The camera's on. Hurry. Like, let me get this next thing. Let me get this next meme out of you so I could eat. So it's like, he's not okay in the head, and it's been that way for years. I would say since like his mom passed, slash when he had that car accident, that like before it through the wire, is when all that shit kind of triggered because people act like this shit is new. He's been saying wild shit for fucking years. Like, it dates back to all the things that happened in recent years. Was him snapping on Sway, to him snapping on Taylor Swift, to him going on the Hurricane Katrina broadcast with Mike Myers being like George Bush doesn't like black people. And even before that, on the Chappelle show, when Dave Chappelle had him on there, he said, like, when I met him, since that day, he is Kanye. He's been Kanye. He always has been, and nothing has changed. He's just been that way always. So it's just a little weird to me. In other news and words and things that, like, when you made that face, I want to touch on it briefly. Complete 180 on what the fuck we're talking about. But have you seen the CEO or whatever of Chipotle talking about like their portion sizes and shit?
Well, I know about the whole thing.
All right. So it's like, you haven't seen the video?
No.
Okay. So you guys probably know at home, and we've talked about this off air a lot of the times. We're like, we just not Chipotle people. No. You fuck with the Moe's. I
like Moe's. I only been there once.
You fuck with Qdoba.
Qdoba, yeah.
We've been Qdoba people for a very long time, many years. Yes. Not as popular.
Free guac.
Free a lot of things. Good reward system. good quesadilla, amazing quesadillas compared to Chipotle. Chipotle's quesadillas suck.
They're so
Penis.
super small.
Qdoba John's, whamming.
I mean, they might change it now after everything, you know.
We gonna see. But Chipotle had some beef with the E. coli shit back in the day. Now, most recently, because of numerous times,
E. coli,
inflation, and all this other shit. Like post COVID, a lot of places are skimping out. Notably so Chipotle, because people have been going for a long time. They know their orders. People have their set thing that they get every time. They know how much food they get each time. Now it's gotten to a point, because I guess they're trying to, you know, make profits, whatever it may be, businessy shit behind the scenes. They've been giving a little bit less meat and other things and charging more and things. Like a bowl it's like $20 now compared to before. You probably get like, you know, with a drink in a bowl, it's like $12.
Yeah.
And even back then it was like, whoa, like this shit is a lot. Now people paying $20 just for the bowl.
Yeah.
No double meat. No pause.
Because they not.
Yeah, because they're not getting it.
Exactly.
So that's going on. People were ranting about it. People were being upset about it on social media. Keith Lee, very prominent food TikToker. You familiar with Keith Lee?
I don't think I'm that familiar with him, but I remember
you behind.
But I do remember him just like, I think being the reason why. I saw like, I think a quick like interview or video that he did about it.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were like some new food kind. I was like, he's talking about Keith Lee, but I'm gonna just fry past that. I know exactly what he's talking about. He is not small. He had a meal with Chipotle.
Okay.
Like last year, they gave him it was like he made up his own quesadilla thing, and they called it the Keithadilla or some shit.
Keithadilla.
Big deal. He does amazing stuff. Like his whole thing was based on he never asks like for payments to go to these restaurants. He goes anonymous now since he's so popular. He'll ask a stranger to go and order the food for him and bring it back. And like it's small family businesses. He goes and try them out. He's very honest on what he does and doesn't like about them. And then the Keith Lee effect is like the minute he's like, oh, I like this, the fucking line is around the block for these people. And he does it for a lot of like black-owned businesses and a lot of other people. And he's just a genuine dude. He used to fight MMA. His brother was in the UFC. He just also in the process of doing that. He lives in Vegas and he grew his following that way. Even after having his meal, just a couple months back, like you said, he released a video basically complaining about Chipotle's portion sizing because I guess he no longer has to deal with them. Because he was like, I'm always gonna be upfront with y'all. That sparked a whole lot of stuff. Other people start complaining about it, start protesting. Obviously, there's other issues too going on in the world. People are protesting fast food places. So a lot of these places are having profit hits for those reasons. Wawa came out with pizzas that were $12.99. Now it's $7.99. People weren't buying the shit. Shit is trash. I've had it. I don't know if you have.
I have
had it numerous times. My family likes it for whatever reason. I think it's very, very okay. For the same price, when it was $12.99, I could have gone to Domino's and got a much better pizza. Now $7.99, I could go to Little Caesars and get a better fucking pizza. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you know, I used to rock with the Little Caesars.
Just this guy.
And I still do. I haven't had it in 10 years, I feel like, because I ate it way too much. But back then it was $5 for a large pizza with pepperoni, bro. How can you knock that?
I mean, bro.
That's not the point. It's not the point. We're running out of time. Chipotle. People were complaining about their portion sizes. Then it became a thing that people were going to the stores recording them, be like, look how fucking little meat they're giving me.
Yeah.
And it became this whole thing. And people were like, please stop bringing cameras into the store. Somebody was like, yo, if you bring a camera to the store, since you know they're watching, they're worried about bad PR. If you show that you're recording them, make your order, they'll give you more because they don't want to look bad.
Yeah.
Then I guess that became an issue because they were giving out a lot of food. Then the CEO, whoever it was for Chipotle, came out and made a video talking about it. He's like, please stop bringing cameras into our stores. You know, we give you guys your portions. We haven't been giving you less. We aren't charging more. Nothing has changed, which is bullshit. Like, you can fact check that. Nothing has changed. We're still the same Chipotle you know and love. And it's like, if you feel like you're getting served and your food isn't up to par, you're not getting enough, all you have to do is give them a little, and the guy will just give you more food. And he said that with a straight face on video. I don't know. I got to show you this after.
Wow.
And everybody's like, you have never been to a Chipotle ever, have you, sir?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You have to ask, and they're like, oh, this is extra, or this is more, or you have to charge you more. There's never been a time where you don't say, hey, can you give me more? And they're not like, we're going to have to charge you double for whatever, like double meat, double.
Yeah. That's what they do. As soon as you start asking for
he said, all you got to do is look at the Chipotle employee and give them a little, come on now, and they'll give you more food. Bold-faced lie. Insane. That's why I brought it up in the first place. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. You don't see shit hearing from Qdoba. They do their thing. Even though they're smaller, there's not a lot of Qdobas out there.
I just don't get, like,
Chipotle is like global.
That's
Qdoba
what
is
I'm
like more
saying.
local.
And I just need Qdoba to like really, really like execute off of this.
Yeah,
like they
I
can
know. They
literally
don't say shit.
they could literally skyrocket so far above Chipotle right now if they just like how the hip hop game is, like or how the basketball, like it's so many little things,
so
like,
much opportunity to just like take over. It's like, yo, we don't charge for this and that.
Literally,
yeah, like
y'all could, because like at the end
they
of
don't
the
have enough stores though. At the end of the day, either way.
But that's the thing, like they don't have enough stores, but where y'all do have them at, like if y'all just make these like TikToks, these social media like videos, whatever, and just
give Keith Lee a meals.
do that, bro. Like I'm just saying, like if y'all just do it right, literally where they are locally, they'll get so much more traffic that they'll have enough money to like then branch out a little more. And if you do that, literally you can like just blow Chipotle out of the wall. Like I just think Chipotle needs to be done at this point. Like,
they've had too many controversies at this point to still be like the number one. I don't get
it, and I just think it's about the idea that people are just so like ignorant and just like they just don't realize that there's other places out there that you can eat like that make this stuff, you know, like. And there's other places that are actually like authentic that make these things.
Yeah, like family-owned businesses.
But y'all are just so used to this, like, oh yeah, it's just quick. Like, okay, yeah, I don't know, it's that fake stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I don't get it. But at the end of the day, if you learned anything from this, it's whether if it's basketball beef, rap beef, or Chipotle beef, there's always opportunity to make some good out of the situation.
To make some cheese.
And if you know you're not making enough or you're not getting enough respect, whatever it may be, just look the person in the eye and give them a little, and they'll know what to do, you know? So just take that from this episode, if nothing else. We're running out of time here. Cameras are dying. SD cards are getting full. So we're going to hop up out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you guys think about that. What team are y'all on for Chipotle, Qdoba, whatever you got in your local area. And yeah, we love you guys. We'll see you next week. Adios.